Earth is warming. The Earth's temperature rose by 1.5 degrees this past century and is projected to rise another zero point 0.5 to 8.6 degrees over the next century. The Earth's temperature depends on energy entering and leaving the planet. This happens through the variations of the sun's energy reaching the Earth, change in reflectivity of Earth's atmosphere and surfaces, and changes in greenhouse gases. These factors have caused Earth's climate to change many times. The greenhouse effect helps keep Earth warm. The sunlight reaches Earth. Earth either reflects it back to space or absorbs it. Once absorbed, the Earth releases some of this energy into the atmosphere as heat. Greenhouse gases like water vapor, carbon dioxide, and methane absorb energy, slowing and preventing the loss of heat to Earth. This serves as a blanket, keeping Earth warm. Scientists pieced together a record of Earth's climate, dating back hundreds of thousands of years by analyzing indicators such as ice cores, tree rings, glacier lengths, pollen remains, and ocean sediments, and by studying changes in the Earth's orbit around the Sun. This record shows that the climate system varies naturally, caused by changes in solar energy, volcanic eruptions, and natural greenhouse gas concentrations. However, recent climate change cannot be explained by natural causes alone. The observed warming since the Industrial Revolution shows that human activity is the main cause. Since the Industrial Revolution, humans added carbon dioxide and other heat-trapping gases to the atmosphere. These greenhouse gas emissions have increased the greenhouse effect, causing temperatures to rise. There are many causes for the increase in greenhouse gases. Deforestation is a major cause of global warming. All plants take in carbon dioxide from the air and release oxygen. This is called photosynthesis. When land is cleared and trees are removed or burnt, the stored carbon is converted back into carbon dioxide. Animals, particularly farming animals, produce large amounts of methane, a greenhouse gas. Carbon dioxide is a primary greenhouse gas emitted through human activity. The use of coal, natural gas, and oil for electricity, transportation, and industry have contributed substantially to change in climate. The effect that global warming has on the environment is tremendous. The warming of the Earth causes ice sheets in Antarctica and Greenland to melt. This will cause rising sea levels. The rise in ocean temperatures will cause severe tropical storms. Floods and droughts will become more common, as well as hurricanes and storms. Species that depend on each other may become out of sync. Plants could bloom earlier than their pollinating insects become active. Less fresh water will be available, diseases will spread, and ecosystems will change. In the oceans, coral reefs is most vulnerable to temperature change. There is evidence that reefs will bleach at even the slightest temperature increase. Bleaching slows coral growth and makes them susceptible to diseases and can lead to large-scale reef die-offs. The ocean food chain will be affected by climate change. When the water warms, some fish don't reproduce fast enough, causing a food shortage. This will disrupt the life cycle of all ocean life. Rising sea levels will have catastrophic effects on 39% of Americans who call the coastline home. National Geographic reports that global mean sea levels have risen 4 to 8 inches over the past century. Rising sea levels erode coastlines and cause coastal flooding. some islands will disappear. Can we pinpoint who caused global warming? Is there someone to blame for the predicament Earth is in? Let's look at Big Oil and their hand in this. In 1997, Mobil Oil took out ads in the New York Times and Washington Post saying, "Scientists cannot predict with certainty if temperatures will increase. Climate change is uncertain," to mandate a plan of action that could plunge economies into turmoil. In the late 1980s, scientists and environmentalists called to limit fossil fuel emissions, realizing there is a link between climate change and carbon dioxide emissions. That year, the United Nations formed the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change to examine future impact. Realizing this movement, a collection of energy companies created Global Climate Coalition to fight impending climate change regulations. For the next 10 years, the coalition spent heavily on lobbying campaigns. At one point, they produced a video suggesting that higher levels of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is beneficial for crop production and could be the solution to world hunger. It is efforts and propaganda such as these that helped polarize the public against climate change. They affected the public's opinion and caused a divide. However, when it came to their own investments, the coalition relied on scientific projections to design and protect multi-billion-dollar investments in pipelines, gas development, and offshore oil rigs. As many major oil companies joined the effort to stave off new regulations to address climate change, they were quietly safeguarding their billion-dollar infrastructures from rising sea levels, warming temperatures, and increasing storm severities. Shell Oil redesigned a natural gas platform. The reason? Sea levels were going to rise as a result of global warming. Mobil Oil engineers designed a collection of exploration and production facilities along Nova Scotia that made allowances for rising temperatures and sea levels. Between 1998 and 2005, ExxonMobil provided more than $15 million to organizations who supported global change denial. So what can we do to offset global warming? Of course, changing our energy consumption is our number one concern. Cap and trade is an environmental policy that puts a mandatory cap on emission allowances. Carbon pricing is becoming popular. By taxing the use of fossil fuel, it raises the price and reduces demand. That helps solar, wind, and other climate-protecting alternatives compete on price. Of course, we recycle, we try to walk or use public transportation, and we take shorter showers and turn